Okay, so cluck everybody, forgive me. I might look horrible. I just didn't just wake up, but as soon as I woke up, I saw the breaking news on this case. Wanted to do a little bit of digging myself and get something out there. I'm sure y'all have seen me around in the chats in this case. It's a really sad case. I came across it. I think I first came across it on Christmas Day, when she had been reported missing. Very sad case. She was expected to be induced. She never showed up. Her family reported missing, and so did her. And her boyfriend was reported missing. Their bodies were found December 26th. Um, Pretty much executed. I think that's a fair word for it. There was a lot of speculation. There were people making not great posts on social media, which made a lot of people jump to conclusions, myself included. I would say that this is a good example as to why we shouldn't jump to conclusions. But in this case, I mean, they kind of brought it on themselves, so I don't feel bad about it. I mean, I hate to say that, but if anything, I think this is a good lesson on why maybe you should be a little bit more sensitive in what you're posting when there are people missing that you may know. So I'm not going to beat myself up too much for jumping to that speculation. I will say that after it seemed so obvious and the police weren't arresting them, I did kind of think, okay, this is probably a red herring. So we before these arrests were made, I'd pretty much figured that these people probably weren't responsible. That were everybody was jumping to the conclusion of. So did make an arrest, a father son duo. Like they must have made it like right after I went to bed last night, or at least that's when it broke, because I woke up this morning and literally the last video I went to sleep to, the next video was somebody reporting that they had been arrested. So I wake up and I start just doing my own little digging, of course. So it's Ramon and Christopher Preciado. Hope I'm saying that right. Father, son, father being Ramon or Raymond. How I think he probably pronounces it Ramon. Um, I did find an address that was linked to Christopher. Uh, it's a little bit farther away, and also I'm not quite sure how recent that address is. I found an address that belonged to the father. However, I will add some video right here of me doing some digging. I found it very interesting. His father's address is literally like that road connects to Danny K, which is where uh, the apartment complex is where they were found. That's 3 minutes away. Wow, I would want those bodies as far away from me as possible. If I was disposing bodies, fortunately, I don't think I'll ever be in the position where I will be disposing bodies. Hopefully, um, I have to admit that in a lot of ways, when I see a parent helping out a child, when it comes to helping them cover up a crime or something, part of me is always torn as a parent. Would I help my children dispose of a body? Absolutely not. Does that mean I wouldn't want to help my child though? I mean, I get it, but it sounds like the father was cooperative when the police got there, which makes me feel for him even a little bit more. I almost feel like, he was just helping out his son. But at the same time, it was wrong. It was bad. This is horrible. This horrible situation. The son, I have no empathy for. Now, a lot of us were saying that looks like a woman getting out of the vehicle when we saw the infamous CCTV footage of the car being dropped off. I think that we can look at the son now and see why we probably thought that that was a female. My question is, what about the third person? I think we can all agree that it looks like there is a third person in that truck. Somebody hands that towel out, right? So I'm interested to see what happens with that. Uh, I guess the towel could have just flopped out on its own, but I doubt it. I think there's a third person. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. But it's great news that there's an arrest, one step closer to justice for these two. Um, I realize that there's a lot of kind of hate going around towards the victims also. And it doesn't matter. You don't deserve to be, especially this way, you don't deserve to be killed. So I will be keeping eyes on this situation. Hopefully a third person will be arrested or we'll get a few more answers. It sounds like right now it is a drug deal gone bad. So um, there may be more to it. I will clear up that I know a lot of people thought that her phone, they got these people based on data from her cell phone, and a lot of people thought that her cell phone was not recovered. But her cell phone was recovered at the scene. It was only his cell phone that was not recovered. So um, I believe between that and the footage is how they made these arrests. So we will be keeping an eye on all this. Cluck cluck, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. This is great news to wake up to, and just keep an eye out here. Or there's plenty of channels doing it. I will try to, if a third person is arrested, I will try to get some coverage on that also. Cluck cluck.